My name is Shweebe. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I don't know if y'all work the kind of jobs that I work. I'm working 10-hour days. I've already done my second shift. I have like maybe 2 or 3 more of these I have to do. So I'm obviously exhausted and tired, but surviving. Paychecks have made it very worth it, so there's that. Callie, come here. Fuzzy butt. What? Look. Oh my goodness, it's a Callie. And she walked away. What a brat. I love you too. You're so rude. Anywho, I have time to chit chat for a little while, only because my 2 days off I have spent either Christmas shopping or sleeping because of just how physically exhausted I am. So there's that. I can't really say anything new has happened because it has literally been work, eat when I can, sleep when I can, and come home, go to bed, wash, rinse, repeat. So there's that. Lori! Hello, welcome to Stram. I've missed you. How are you? Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Callie. Oh, hey, baby. What? She's mad that I closed the door. She's trying not happy right now. Aren't you, Fuzzbutt? I only closed it because Phoenix is currently on the phone and I don't want us interfering with each other. But yeah, in my rare fits of spare time, I have been playing Animal Crossing. What were some of the other games I played? Actually, I'm gonna look it up real quick. It's been a minute. And this is like when I only have like maybe 2 hours of relaxation time to do anything for myself. And I actually, while I open up Steam, I did actually finish all of the Christmas shopping today. Most of the family is we're all adults, so most of us have like our own adult money. So we're like, you know what? Just a gift card for this thing that I really like. So we're like, all right, cool. Miss you too. Busy working my little heart out. Oh, same. You're at work. Well, I hope it's an easy day for you. Let's see. What have I been playing recently? I also bought some games. Oh, so Raquel and I, my sister, we've been playing a Little Nightmares 3. We're actually almost done with the game. And hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. She and I both have been recording it. So once we are officially done with the game, I will be editing that, and then I'm going to post it in like chapters. So there's only 4 chapters to the game. So I'm just going to post all that, and that'll be fun. Nazir, hello, welcome to Stram. You better have wishlisted Ontos? You better have wishlisted Ontos. What's Ontos? And then, I also got Claire Obscure 33, or Expedition 33. I have had 0 time to play it. I want to play it so bad. I've heard so many great things about it. At some point, I will. Most likely once the holidays are over and work is less cray-cray. But that's that. We played a smidge of Lethal Company recently. We did some modded fun stuff. That was great. That was a lot of fun. And then I, oddly enough, got back into Skyrim, which I haven't touched in 2 years when we did the stream. So that was fun. Yes, Miss Calypso, I will open the door. You're just going to want to come back in. Do you want to say hi? No, you don't want to say hi? All right, fine. Do you want the door open? Go. You coming back in? She's going to come back in. Happy Christmas. Happy Chrysler. Merry Christmas. Anybody remember that Vine? Oh, so don't mind me. It's been a hot minute since I've truly been able to talk with like anybody because I have been away from most of social media. But have y'all heard in the year, I think next year, 2026, that Vine's coming back? I'm excited for that. That's going to be exciting. What's Ontos? Does Soma ring? Oh, If you had said Soma 2, I would have known exactly what you were talking about. I forgot the name of the new location for it. That's funny. But yeah, there's been so many, like, I've been scrolling Twitter every once in a while when I have time, but like there's so many good games that are going to be coming out soonish. I'm excited for it. Divinity, I think it's Divinity 3 by Larian Studios, who is not bogged down by someone else's IP address. I saw the trailer. It looks sick. And I was debating, I was like, do I have to play the first two? And then I thought about it, I was like, well, I never played the first two for Baldur's Gate, so like, I'll just get Divinity 3 when it comes out. Because like, I was so grossly impressed with Baldur's Gate 3 and just fell absolutely in love with it. And now that they're not like tied down by somebody else, it can only be more amazing. You know what I mean? Nora, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're so pretty. Thank you. Considering I do have very like low self-image issues, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But yeah, and then of course Soma 2. When does that one come out, Lori? Like, I don't even remember. But I so want to stream that. The original like Soma stream I did. That was such a great game. Oh my gosh. And so I assume most of us here know Queso. I love Queso to death. I watched his Goob Lagoon series. I ended up getting Water Park Simulator for myself. That is such a chaotically fun game. I've, in a sense, beaten it. And then they came out with their new, like, it's like relaxation or wellness update and whatever. A lot of fun. I was a little upset that Queso never did the Halloween update or like the thing that they did there for like a week, 2 weeks. Because like it was so cool seeing all the customers walk by as like skeletons or zombies or vampires or even witches. It was just a neat little like, here you go. So I was kind of mad that he never did a video on that because that would have been great. He didn't even have to do like multiple videos. Just one video would have been awesome. The bots have found the stream. Oh, it's fine. Soma replay. The bots. Oh no, not the bots. I don't care either way. I'm having fun. I'm here chatting with those of you that care. Because I care. Also, I have devastating news. Devastating news. So I assume most of you know that I had a giant Monstera. It got so big that I needed to break it down into smaller bits. This poor thing, only like 20% of it survived that whole ordeal. I don't even know if y'all are going to be able to see it on here, but this is one piece of it that has remained. And then I have like a baby over here somewhere. This right here is the only other part of that Monstera. All I was trying to do was break it down into smaller bits. I followed the instructions and it didn't work. I was so distraught and pissed off. I was like, I did everything that it said to do, followed the instructions to a T when it came to the dirt, how to separate it and everything. I think it was just too much of a shock for the overall plant. But it's smaller, and this part is surviving, and I intended to give part of it to a couple of coworkers at work who are also plant mamas like myself. So there's that. But I am going to keep this baby one with the 2 leaves just because, why not? But yeah, let's see. As to Ontos, they haven't set a date yet, but some speculate it will be October, November next year. Ooh. Actually, that'd be super appropriate if they did it for October of next year. Now that I think about it, because Soma is, I'm not actually sure if it's still the same creators now, but Soma, the first game, was made by the same developers that made the Amnesia series. There's one Amnesia game that I've not played so far, I do own, and it's called Amnesia Bunker. I definitely at some point want to just sit down and play the dang game because I love the Amnesia games. Amnesia the Darkness Descent, is one of my favorites. Machine for Pigs was kind of a weird spin-off, and then, what was it called? Amnesia Rebirth was so good because that one was like a proper sequel to the first game. Descent into Darkness. But like, man, I really want to do Bunker. Bunker seems kind of, I want to say like more modern-esque, give or take. But I don't know. I definitely want to try it. Ooh, and then I'm trying to catch y'all up on a bunch of stuff that's just been going on. Not necessarily anything important, just like random, like, ooh, I saw this. This is my opinion on it, because why not? Mark's movie, Iron Lung, is going to be watchable in theaters starting January 30th. I don't know if anybody here has been keeping up with that on social medias and stuff, but like, go check your local theaters if that's your thing to go and watch the damn movies. I yesterday found that the theater closest to us is actually going to be showcasing it. So I was like, yes! I immediately bought us tickets. The soonest that Tony and I can watch it will be on February 1st, but super excited to go and watch that. And then also yesterday, I watched Ethan Nestor play the game Iron Lung, which is where the movie is based from. It's from the original game. So I'm really curious as to how all of that's going to play out, like how Mark's intending like for the whole movie to go. It's going to be fascinating. I can't wait. And then like, as far as movies go, there's another movie that I want to watch really bad because I've been a huge fan of the series, and it's the Conjuring one. It's called like the last episode or something for Conjuring. Tony and I have been watching those for years now, so really want to go see that. Maybe we'll go see it in theaters. We're not necessarily theater people, but like, there's a few exceptions. Like I already told him, if they ever decide to like remake Rose Red and put that in theaters, I want to go watch it. It was one of my absolute favorite Stephen King movies, or technically it was like a TV series, but whatever. I want to go see it. I want to see them remake this. But Conjuring is one of those, and then what was the one with the red door? Insidious. Insidious Chapter 4 was sick. I loved that one. And then there's one that I don't want to go see, but this is totally a me thing. I don't want to go watch Avatar 3 because I can already call the ending right now, and it's just like the first movie was okay. I was dragged to go and watch the second one, which I didn't want to watch in the first place. And then thankfully, I'm no longer tied down by certain peoples that demand that we go watch it, but it's also like, I kind of want to know what happens, but I don't want to watch this 3-hour Titanic remake. So I think I'm just going to get footnotes after it's gone live. It may have already gone live. I have no idea. But yeah, there's that. And then let's see. Outside of that, little Miss Calypso is doing very well. Most of her fur has grown back on her tummy from her surgery. And she's just a happy little cat. Spoiled, absolutely rotten. She took to her new diet very well. I do have to make some adjustments for how long it's out because she's very food motivated. So I have to like make sure it's out of her nommable sights within reach of her noms. What words? I don't care. It can't be on the floor for her to mess with anymore. After like 10 p.m., midnight, whenever the hell I come home. Are you at the door? Nope. I think she went to go lay down. But yeah. And then, needless to say, work has us, especially myself, just absolutely ragged. For those of you that may not know, my work is very physically demanding. Sarah, hello, welcome to Stram. How are you? I'm on my phone. But yeah, I think I'll sit down now. I had a little bit too much energy. But yeah, my work is very physically demanding. So when I finally have my 2 days off, I'm just so exhausted. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to sleep. And that's all I've really done on my 2 days off is just sleep. And then I went and finished doing the Christmas shopping today. I even got little gift boxes and whatever. Oh my gosh, I'm just tired. I'm tired all the time. It's like I just, nice to see you. Thank you. Oh, and I did see, I don't know if you saw my reply. I did see that you got a chance to try the Cheaters apple pie stuff with the the can of biscuits. I'm so glad that you got a chance to try those and that they turned out so good. I really like them. And to be honest, the only reason I even know how to do that is because I was like, you know what? I want pie. I don't want to have to go through the whole process of making pie. And I have apples that I need to use like right now. How can I cheese this? I was so happy it worked. I wasn't even banking that they were going to be like super good, but I really liked it. They were so tasty. Yay. Very much yay. Let's see. Other than, what other games have I played? I mean, I've played a bit of Rune Factory 4 here and there when I've had time to record it. Beyond that, like, I'm not even joking. My shift starts as early as like noon. So I have to be up and out of the house by no later than like 11:20, because that's roughly how long it takes for us to get to work. And it'll take about that long, if not longer, to get home. So literally, we're gone. Like, our shifts are 10 hours, but we're gone from the house for like a good 12. It's exhausting. And then I just make myself sit in my chair for at least 2 hours to either just doom scroll or, like I said, I've been playing Animal Crossing because it doesn't require a whole lot of thinking. I just go and enjoy island life where it's sunshine and rainbows and there's no snow. and just, you know, I swim, I collect seashells, I make friends with little furry animal things and whatever. Give Kitty more hugs to compensate. I know. Oh my God. I have felt so guilty that we're away from home for so long. Cause like I leave relaxation music on. It's called cat music, but like clearly it's like Mozart and stuff. But man, I feel so bad. Granted, it's only like a couple more weeks. So like as soon as like January starts, I should be back to regular-ish hours, which should only put us down to like maybe 8 or 7. So that's a lot more doable. I won't be as stressed out or just straight up exhausted. But aside from the bonus of just having some really nice paychecks, look at my guns. It's not super well defined because I am in fact a whammon, but still it's there. Yeah. Be getting freaking swole. Brooke, hello, welcome to Stram. How are you? Oh my gosh. And then I've got some tiny like Christmas things that we have decorated everywhere. I've got a little mailbox, a Christmas gnome, a hand painted and put together Christmas tree thingy I did. I have like a light you're supposed to put up underneath there, but I don't know where I put it. And then my little, look at this. Tell me this doesn't look exactly like Callie. They look exactly like her. From the yellow eyes to just the face. Isn't it adorable? Oh my gosh. And then at some point tonight, Tony and I have to put up the rest of the Christmas lights in the apartment. Yeah, that's more or less what I've been doing. What have y'all been up to? I feel I haven't really been able to like chat with most folks in like Discord or much else because like I come home, I eat, I shower, I go to bed, and I do it all again. I go to work, I stay there for the entirety of my life. I come home, I eat, I shower, I go to bed. Somehow in all that, I make enough time to make sure that I love on Callie as much as I can in the morning, and then when I come home at night, play a little bit of a game, and then go to sleep. You're making mac and cheese. Oh my gosh, we just got ourselves a slow cooker now that I think about it. And I really want to put that thing to the test because we've been bothering each other to get a slow cooker, and I finally found one at a decent price. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna get this. My sister Rockel makes some amazing mac and cheese. She actually does this one where she does like a cooked chicken with it. I don't know where she found this recipe. It is so good. The only thing that I would add to it would be like a cracker crumble on top, where you take like the Ritz Bits or buttered Clubhouse crackers and just crumble that on top just for that bit of crunch. That shit would be top tier God food, okay? That is how delicious that is. Even without the crunch, I just want the crunch totally just for crunch. You know what I mean? But dang, it's just... And that's why I'm gonna steal her one of these days when she's not sick, because, you know, 'tis the season, and be like, Rocco, come over, show me how you do your mac and cheese, because it's super good. And hot dogs, this might be a me thing. I only kind of like hot dogs. And that's because we were so hot dogged out of our gourds growing up. I still like hamburgers, surprisingly, but like, it was a friend of the family, or family friend, however you want to word that, did hot dogs in a lot of their stuff. It was in their beans. They had just hot dogs. They had other hot dog stuff. And it's like, oh, that's too much, man. So now, like, if I want a hot dog, either it has to be like the Frankfurters, which is like the white hot dog, somehow still tastes pretty good, or like the footlongs, because it's not the same thing. Whatever is not in the yellow package that you can just buy anywhere is pretty tasty. Give me some buffalo chicken dip and crackers, and I'm being a big back. Oh my God, yes. That hot chicken wing dip, just gimme, I want it. Big back activities. Welcome back, Lori. I like hamburgers more than when I was a kid. Really? I've always really enjoyed hamburgers between the two. I don't mind hot dogs. It's just there does have to be a distinct flavor to them. And I don't know. There was a period of time that I remember just being grossed out by them. I still kind of am, which is why I'm like, if it's like a German hot dog, that's totally fine. Anyways, let's see. I would love to say that I have projects in the works. I don't. I want to. I just don't have time for it right now. There's 3 things I want to do, and I don't have the time for it right this second. One of them is going to involve channel members, and when I do actually have the time to work on that the way I wanted to, channel members, y'all will be getting a video first of what's going to happen, and then everybody else is going to be notified of what's to happen. Another one is Rune Factory 4, which I've still been working on. I just want to get a lot more of that done and out of the way. And then there's a third kind of ambitious project that I can work on intermittently here and there, because it's going to be one of those, when I start it, I can pick it up again whenever. But I suppose I could tell y'all, I figured out how to do essentially like 24/7 streaming. Now, that's not going to mean that there's always going to be streams going on, but like if you have, let's say you have like 25 videos and they're all roughly about the same topic or something, and you just want to smush them all into one stream and just have them continue to go while you go on about your day or something, I figured out how to do so. And then the one thing they recommend is just, if it's older videos, just make sure you have like breaks in between, like, hey, this is, from this time and blah, 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 do intros and outros and stuff. And I'm like, that could be a lot of fun. It could, like, hey, I did this, I played this game XYZ a long time ago. Here's the entire game smushed down for one viewing thing, and y'all can watch it for like a week or something, and then I trade it out or whatever. Again, kind of an ambitious project, but I think it would be fun. I have no time for any of this stuff right now, at least probably not until January. So we'll see. I used to reuse all hot dogs. Oh, refuse. Wow. Oh, here's hoping by January, if not February, I can go get myself some glasses. Most of y'all, especially Lori, knows I can't see. It's actually kind of an insane problem now. Most folks, when y'all see me like game and there's like text or any kind of font, I'm constantly doing this because I just can't read it. I can't see. I have reading glasses, but they're old. I have to get newer prescription. And at this point, it's not even going to be reading glasses. This will be, I need to see glasses. That's how bad it is. Anywho, come January and or February, I should be able to go and actually get me a freaking pair of glasses. I also have to do the same for Anthony because his eyes are worse than mine. Yay to getting older, crowd. Millennial babies, let's go. Food for thought. Yes. Girl, same. Welcome to the club, sis. Actually, do I even still have my reading glasses? I know I do. I just don't know where they are. Oh, sick. Here we go. Go away. Ah. I'm actually currently looking at my Steam page right now, which has the world's smallest font. Jesus, these are dusty. But anyways, I oddly enough do need it for parts of my work because, this is the other thing. So some of y'all that have been with the channel long enough, wow, Shweebes, you have like no time compared to last year around Christmas. What happened? Last year, I was still just part-time. I was basically doing grunt work. I still do some grunt work now, but I am a trainer. So I am also now full-time. And because I am full-time and I have a higher status now, I'm kind of needed and expected to be there a lot more, which, I mean, I get it. And also, like, money. Okay? Money. All right, here we go. Here we go with the glasses that are outdated and I need to get upgraded. That only made a tiny difference and not good enough that I could, well, maybe somewhat good enough. Definitely has to be a bit stronger, though, for sure. Here you go. You know what's going to be cool? And don't mind me going off on random tangents. Like, I'm a little deprived of just random social activities. Oh my god, so cute, so clay. Woohoo, cheers to being almost 40. Hell yeah. I've had glasses since I was like 8. I probably should have had them sooner. I got my first set, I think, when I was like, actually, these are the original set from when I was like 25. I'm 36, so yeah. What was I saying? Oh, because I'm obviously a natural ginger, I will not gray. My hair will bleach and then it will go white. And I'm talking like wizard white. Okay, so hear me out. I'm going to make it cute Mrs. Claus when I'm older, okay? Because I got the glasses and I got like the ginger hair that's going to go naturally white and whatever. And I look cute in a little Santa hat. I'm just saying. My parents, when I was a child running their home during Christmas time, they used to have these miniature Mr. and Mrs. Claus. I'm not porcelain necessarily, but and she just had the cutest like little curly-ish white hair and whatever, and they're just like, oh, that could be me. My hair curls under like, heat and whatever. And it's just a random thought. I'm getting older and I notice it a lot more each day with just certain like creases on my face. Most people can't see it because far away I look like I'm in my 20s still, which is a blessing and a curse in and of itself. But I see things because I can get this far away from a mirror and be like, wow, you got old, woman. I have to take vitamins on a daily. I have to take iron now because not that this is anybody's business, but my iron levels are very low. I now have to take iron supplements. I'm old. That's how old I'm getting. So for you youngins out there, take your vitamins, all right? Have yourself a well-balanced diet, and this won't bite you in the butt. It's also part of my job has done this to me as well. So I actually have to pack like very specific lunches for myself. And I also have to make sure that I take some iron tablet with me because otherwise I will get so fatigued. And that's not a good thing. Fun crap. Red don't gray, we turn white. Heck yeah. Can confirm about the ginger. I have a lot of them in my family. None of them turn gray. And I am the redhead too. Nice. Yeah, the redheads. Okay, so we're going to go off on a whole other tangent then. The redhead gene is so fascinating. And I'm talking about my family specifically. I don't know how this works for everyone else's. Ours is a form of avatism. For those of you playing the home game or who might be watching this video later on, avatism is where genes don't just go from mother to father to son and daughter. It will actually jump a couple of generations. So my red hair is actually from my grandparents on both sides, but my mother and father are carriers, which I thought was really interesting. Didn't learn about any of this until I was in like biology class in like 10th grade, because I, for the longest time, swore that I was adopted. And here's why. Because when I was like, what, 5, give or take, my mother and father had like dark brown blonde hair, something like that. And my grandparents were already like grayed. Okay, grayed or white, and one of them always dyed their hair black, so you never freaking knew, right? And then one of my other grandmother, her hair was just white, and for me, that was just old. You know what I mean? And then at 5, my twin sisters were born, and they're both blonde, and I'm thinking, nobody has red hair. What is this? You adopted me. You found me somewhere. You're not my mom. You're not my dad. And then, like, what, 2-3 years later, my youngest sister was born. She had red hair, and I went, y'all just did this so I would shut up. I don't believe you. But there was no way for me to prove it, right? And they weren't very sciencey in that way. So, like, they had no way to explain it outside of my mother going, she slipped right out of me. What do you want? So, come biology of, like, 10th year, and I love this teacher. I can't even remember her name. I could still see her face. I want to say it was, like, Hippolyte or something. Great woman. Wonderful personality. But we got into, like, the whole Punnett square thing. And even she said, this does not exactly work in the entirety for the human DNA system, but this gives us a base understanding for it. And she liked to use me as an example because this is where we got into the whole atavism thing. And then she was like, so most likely how this works is you either have grandparents, if not great grandparents, and your Punnett square would be much bigger. And I was fascinated. I spent like a full 2 years just doing self-research on this and going, oh, my parents weren't lying. I really am their child. And then when we actually got a photo album or whatever that showed off some of my grandparents and other relatives, I went, wow, they have very similar faces to me. This is fascinating. So there was that. Both of my parents have black hair and both children have red hair. Now that's fascinating. So when it comes to the recessive or strong genes, or dominant genes rather, it's really cool how DNA just goes, yeah, there you go. And it'll say, screw dominant, here's some recessive genes just because. It's really fascinating when it goes back 15 generations, and then the current generations look at their offspring and go, who were you with? And they're like, I wasn't with nobody. This is your baby. Do a DNA test. We have the technology. And they go, wow, this is ours. And then they have to go through and type away and ask relatives, do you know of anybody that looked like this way back when? And they find somehow old photos are like, oh my God, yeah, this was definitely in our genealogy, our tree. Look at this. Stuff like that has happened in my family. Okay. It's fascinating. One kind of thing that trails like that in my family is if you go on my father's side, he's very native looking to a degree, but in weird aspects of it. The man cannot grow any form of beard, and he's got a very small mustache, and it won't grow any further than it has. He's never shaved this thing ever at all. And then if you looked at his mother, she's very native looking too, and we're like, what? He actually had shown me some very old photos that certain family branches that were actual native, and then another half of it came from Germany, which explains a lot of how I have a lot of familiarity with certain German terminology, or even just cultural things with that. I'm like, oh, that's so fascinating. That's so cool. And it's just, I don't know. It's just interesting overall. Yeah, so there was a random tangent for ya. Why did we go down this path? I don't remember. Oh, right, I was talking about my hair and stuff. Oh my God, Vinny! Hello, welcome to Stram. How are you? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, it's my little brother. How are you? How are the things? But yeah, as far as going back to the red hair thing, because I went off on a weird tangent. I'm good like that. I get distracted. My grandfather on my mother's side, and then my grandmother on my father's side had red hair. Didn't really realize that my grandfather did because, again, at the time, he was very, very just old, as was my grandmother. And then just apparently it was kind of a continuous thing where like the gene would just kind of jump a couple generations at a time. Because if you look at just my grandparents on my mother's side, they had a boy and a girl, one with like dirty blonde hair and the other one with like black hair, okay? Black hair. And his kids, neither of them have this. And then my cousin's children, none of them have it either. And it's like, oh, that's fascinating. How'd you do that? Apparently I got an invite to come visit in the spring from, yay! Just let me know when. Awesome. We're going to see Vinny. Hopefully, maybe, perhaps. That'd be so cool. I really hope you get to come up here. Brooke says, not exactly sure where the red hair is on my dad's side, but my grandma on my mom's side had red hair, but now it's white. I know. And in a weird way, I mentioned a bit ago, I noticed that I'm getting older. Aside from age alone, just there are certain aspects of myself, aside from just waking up in pain going, ow, existing hurts. It's just, I look at my face and I go, wow, girl, you've aged. Damn. And I have to take care of myself a little bit more each day, which, you know, it's its own thing. But I am also looking forward to my hair going white, but I know that once I do, I will miss this. You know what I mean? I'll miss having red hair because there was so much of my younger life where I hated having red hair because I was, for lack of a better word, ostracized, bullied, hated for having red hair. And I'm like, I didn't choose the red hair. It chose me. Leave me alone, you ungrateful wenches. And it didn't matter the age group either. It was especially awful in like school, but like certain places where I lived, it would even be some of the older folks that had something to say. And then once I got into like my 20s and I moved away from all that hell and high water, I've heard more praises about the hair color and this, that, and the other thing. And then now it's actually become a trend, which I'm hoping that it is a healthy trend and not just oh, I want this, you know, just for whatever, but it'll be more of an acceptance. People are finding the red hair to be more beautiful. Same with freckles. And I'm like, well, I didn't have this when I was a kid, but I really hope this continues to be a thing from here on out because I want no one who has red hair or freckles, white, black, or whatever. I don't want them to have to go through that crap because that shit sucked. I hated it. It's fine, Shweebes. I secretly have blonde hair. You do? Oh, that's so cool. But it's all going slowly gray on my dome. Nah, Shweebes, I'm getting old. Also, Shweebes doesn't physically looking like she's aging. You say that. Most of y'all say that because like media doesn't like show it in the way that it should. This is also just a phone camera, so it's not the greatest. If I got one of them like high quality ones, y'all would be like, my God, Shweebes, are you sure you're not 50? What y'all can't see is I do have like little like forehead wrinkles like right here. But I do also go out of my way to make sure that I lotion and I use like vitamin D supplements and stuff that I put on my face. You know what I mean? And then actually, I think probably the most aged thing on me is my hands. But that's because these are worker hands. I lotion these, but these are just ew. They are very much ew. No matter what I do with them. Like these just, it ain't it. I've never had like very feminine hands anyhow, but like, damn, the calluses alone would make you think, man, he got a real strong grip right there. Damn. Breach. Well, we can't see. Shweebes, whenever we went out, I looked older than you, and I'm your baby brother. You know what? You cannot, don't put that against yourself because even my youngest sister, who is 7 years younger than me, people still think she's older than me. And I'm like, there's no way. She has flawless skin compared to me, okay? Zero pores, just like she's got like practically Korean skin because she's been taking care of her face since forever. And I really wish like that had been drilled into me a bit more, but there's a whole sob story behind that we're not going to get into. But, and they still think that she's the eldest sister, and it's like, wrong. That would be me. Even though I'm the one getting carded. Y'all want to see what happens when I have to go and buy alcohol for any reason? Not that I really do, but I'll hand them my ID and they'll do one of these and they'll go, and I'm like, will you just give me back my damn card? I actually had one guy ask me what was my date of birth, and I looked at him, and I paused, and I went, because my first thought was, don't you dare cut up my card. I'll stab you, I swear. I go, it is 8/26/89. Give me back my card. Don't you dare break my card. I don't even know if that's a thing nowadays, but that was definitely something that happened like back in the 90s. But whoa. I burnt myself getting pizza out the oven yesterday. Ow! Oh my God, Brooke. We're twinsies. I burnt myself getting my grilled cheese out the other day. Right on my knuckle, because I was trying to grab it like this, but I was worried about burning my thumb, so I went up, and I caught myself right here, and I was like, ah! It wasn't worth it! So I just grabbed a fork, I stabbed it, and I pulled it out, and I was like, I'm eating you. Fuck you. You get carded every time. It's the worst. I make Tony go and do it. Because I'm like, babe, they're not going to card you. I mean, yes, you'll still have to give them your ID, but they'll believe you. I get followed in the alcohol stores. All I'm doing is grabbing a Mr. Boston, because it's one of my favorites, for just using to like brine and or base the turkey in. It's wonderful liqueur. It's sweet without being like candy sweet. You know what I mean? And then if I want one just for drinking, it's called Disaronno, which I only buy like maybe once every 3 years because I don't drink. But the few times where I'm like, you know what, I want to have this in my life, I get followed as if, I don't know, like I'm going to set the place on fire or start putting it in my shirt. You know what I mean? It's nuts. That K-skin routine. I know, right? Shweebe, stop burning yourself. I didn't mean to. Oh, it's on your arm. Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel like the arm would be worse. The hand, you could just go, and then just move on about your day. But on the arm, that's different. Ow. I've never been carded, even when I was like 16. I was at a wedding at 16 and almost got wine for free. Whoa. Dang. You know, I can't say much. When I was... Has anybody else gone through this phenomenon? I still can't figure it out, and I've only met like a few people that have. When I was younger, and I'm talking like 12, okay? Like just got into puberty, and was very much taking care of my sister, so that may have been part of it, but even when I was by myself, I was mistaken for being an adult. Like people got up in my face because like they thought I worked at some of these stores, and I was just a kid. And just, I'm like, dude, I'm like 13. I'm 12. I'm 14, man. And they're like, oh, my bad. Sorry. I'm like, yeah, it better be a sorry. Jeez. But then, like, I don't know, like right around 20, people kept thinking I was younger and younger and younger. And then I will admit, by like 33, it upped itself a little bit. By like 25, people kept thinking I was 17. And I'm like, no. Now that I'm like 36, people think I'm like 22, 26, right in that area. And I'm like, okay, so a little older. I can work with that. At least I'm no longer mistaken for a minor. But still, I just want to know, has anybody else dealt with this? Like, I feel like maybe that was just a me thing. Like, for some reason, when I was younger, I was mistaken for being much older, even though I had a baby face. But as I am older now, I'm still mistaken for being much younger. And that could just be my vibe. Like, because it could just be that millennial vibe of don't give a crap. You know what I mean? Like, this is me. If you don't like me, I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm going to go about and enjoy my day. Like, babes, I'm old enough for circulation, socks, and Tylenol every night, but thank you for thinking I'm lying about being old. Ain't that the truth? And it's surprising. Girl, girl. It's so funny you say that. Because I was getting into like this weird conversation with a couple of my managers, and they for real also thought I was like maybe 22. One of them thought I was 19, and I'm like, wow, you're one of the rare few now that think I'm that young. And I went, no, I'm 36, and they go, you're older than me? I guess so. Come to find out, in our training group, Tony and I are the eldest ones there. And they looked at Tony and they were like, okay, that makes sense. He looks his age. But they looked at me and they went, there's no fucking way. And I went, it's all the way, babes. It's been this way since forever. I slipped out of that. How did I phrase this? Because I had to do it in such a like PG way. It's like, I slipped out of my mom exactly 36 years ago. I've been here since the Tamagotchis and Furbies, okay? I've been here since NSYNC's Bye, okay? Went off on this full just rant, and my bosses lost it. And then my boss's boss also heard this, and he was just like, I don't know what I walked in on, but okay. Let's see. Oh, you sent a pic? Hang on. Discord. I'm going to do it on my computer. It'll be easier. Owie. That's one heck of a burn. I hope that heals up for you. Damn. When Shweebes was 12, she looked like she was 10 because she's a ginger mafia witch who only ages slowly. No, that's the thing, Vin. When I was 12, people thought I was in my 20s. They legit thought my sisters were my kids. And the amount of times people had asked me, like, are those your kids? And I went, these are my sisters. They are 5 and 7 years younger than me. Or I wouldn't even answer that. I'd be like, I'm 12, dude. There's no way. Okay? Ew. Jeez. And Tony looks like a grand wizard who wants to cause mischief. Oh my gosh. I've already begged him, like, once we become, like, officially old people. And when I mean official, I mean, like, every hair fiber on our scalps is either grayed, or for him it'll be grayed, or for me just gone purely white, because he can grow, like, a nice, thick beard. I want us to do Santa and Mrs. Claus. I want us to do this. It's going to be a thing when we become old people. It's going to happen. We're going to cosplay it. It's going to happen. And I'm going to love it. Dude, what the fuck? Me too. I almost ordered bar drinks at 13 because the waitress thought I was over 21. Oh my gosh. I've never been in that kind of a situation, but it was always really, now I think about it, wildly inappropriate situations where people were coming up asking if these were my kids. And I'm like, no. Oh my God. Now I think about it. There was this one time where my dad and I were, I think we were at like a Walmart or something, shopping. All right. Just doing some grocery stuff. I was with him. And my dad looked his age. Okay. At the time, I put him at like what, 40, 50 or whatever? 40. It doesn't matter. And I was like 12, 13 or whatever. And they asked if I was his wife. And I'm like, I'm his daughter, you creep. Jeez. I was like, ew. And even he was like, no, that's my oldest daughter. Even he was like, ew, no. Put it away. Go away. Yuck. I mean, you're going to be aunt and uncle again soonish for me, so they'll appreciate being related to Santa and Mrs. Claus. Aw! Well, congrats! Speaking of, I am now going to be an aunt 3 times over. Our sister Stephalophagus, she's got a baby on the way. I'm so happy for her. Her and her husbando. They got little babies. I'm so happy for them. But yeah, I am now an aunt 3 times over. So exciting. So super cute. And part of the Christmas shopping that we were tidying up today, I found, because my niece, she's like, is she a year? Yeah, she'll be a year old this December. Like she's a smart one, so I was like, I gotta find her something. So I was texting Steph and I was like, hey, I found this like leapfrog thing, but I wasn't sure if she already had this. And she's like, oh, we've got this exact one. I was like, okay, I found this other one, but it's like ages 3 through 6. So And she was like, oh, I mean, it'll work. Like, she likes touching buttons and like she can use it as she gets older. I was like, yeah, that's fair. Because everything else that they have labeled for like 18 months or younger ish, they need to be aware of how small they're making some of these pieces, because I wanted to get her this cute little farm set that had like horse and cows and chickens. The chickens were way too small for a child person that is literally this big. So this is the rubber ducky, right? This is my little rubber ducky. It was a little smaller than this. And I'm like, she can fit this whole thing in her mouth. What do you think she's going to do with that chicken? I was so upset. I was like, well, I'm not going to get this for them just so they have to take parts of the toys away. That's insane. So I was like, you know what? We'll go with the educational option. Why not? And Steph loves it. So I was like, all right, great. That worked out. But I was still annoyed that it was that small. Like, are y'all actually keeping in mind, like, do y'all, when y'all make toys, toy companies, because I'm calling you out, especially for the smaller children's, when they are that freaking little, are you paying attention to how big and or small you make this? Because I don't care if you put choking hazard on the damn box. Maybe if you have it made for 18 months or younger, make them bigger than the kid's mouth. All right, make it to where if you've got like a cow or a horse that they can't break the legs off and then proceed to chew, swallow, choke on those. Huh? Am I just a little too smart for this economic? Maybe, but that's just me. Exactly. It was way too small. And I told her, it's like, I wanted to get it for her, but maybe when she's like past the whole teething phase. I was so mad. I was like, we'll go with the educational option because it's at least fun. It had some nice sounds and whatever. And what? I was just, the only other options they had was like, it was too young for her age. You know what I mean? Or it was just, I don't know. It was kind of the issue that we were running across with Z, where it was just a lot of plushies, so we didn't want to do that. So, oh my God, is that Galactica? Holy shitballs. No freaking way. Is this the Galactica from like, what was the last time you and I chatted? I think 2018. No freaking way. Shweebes, I'm not ready to welcome the child just yet. I'm not even sure I know how to do it anymore. We see when a mommy and a daddy love each other very much. It is you. Oh, how you doing? Yeah, it was a long time ago. And hey, life happens for everybody. Like I also took, I think, if we tally up the amount of time that I've been away from YouTube, it probably comes to at least half of the, probably like a good 5 years, because there's been a lot of time where I had to walk away, just my life exploding over stupid crap. But it's so great to see you. Hello. Toy companies are hit or miss as it. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the mother freaking truth? But yeah, I was happy I found the educational toy for her all the same. I was just like, I really wanted to get her something that was like simple and cute. So I was just real sad that the chickens were so small in that. But yeah, Galactica, how have you been? How have things, are you coming back to YouTube's, or are you just kind of like, surfing the net type thing? 1 sec. Here. Sorry, I had to go check on Callie. I hadn't heard her scratch at the door, so I was just making sure she was okay. Yeah, let's see. It's hard to get a good, safe toy option that isn't just colorful fluff. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? I've already been... Rockle already said, no more stuffies for Z. And I'm like, I can understand, because the when I do get a chance to go over there, he's got a mountain of like stuffed animals. And he's the type of child that won't part with any of them. So he's literally just got like this mountain in a corner of his room that he'll just occasionally go, wee! Let's see. Oddly enough, this is both the best and the worst time to come back to YouTube, especially with the new copyright. Oh, That's something I could talk about. Oh my God. So for anybody that actually follows like YouTube and stuff on Twitter or X, whatever the hell you want to call it, so there's been a wave of like copyright stuff just randomly hitting people, right? I got hit with it yesterday from a Russian channel, and he did not do this on purpose. It's YouTube's copyright system going, hey, this person clearly copied what you did, even though that's not what happened. So 8 years ago, I played a game called Condemned Criminal Origins. Great freaking game, by the way. Anywho, yesterday I got a copyright claim saying, hey, what was it called? A visual copyright. What it was trying to claim was that I copied their playthrough, and it was in weird segments saying that I did that. And so I disputed all of them. It happened to 6 different videos, and 2 of which was for the same video over different parts of the video. He immediately was like, no, I didn't do that. The copyright system just did this. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, okay, that's great, fine, whatever. But if you go and check out like Twitter or X or whatever, this is happening to so many people. The AI is getting so out of hand. And then even aside from that, the copyright system on YouTube is a fucking joke. It's so dumb. Because I could literally go to someone else's video and say, hey, that's mine. And if they dispute it and I go, you're wrong, I'm in the right. How messed up is that? And then they have to dispute it again. And then YouTube support rather, you have to be lucky to get a human to interact with you to fix it. But because they're becoming so automated, they're using AI for almost every aspect of it. That's not even going to be a thing. Because the amount of like review requests, manual review requests, which a manual review means that there should be a human and it's still an AI. Oh my God, it's a nightmare. It's a literal nightmare. So I'm lucky. I'm one of the few that managed to get this fixed. And so my channel has like 2.8 thousand subscribers, right? This other channel did a Condemned Criminal Origins playthrough 13 years ago, and he has 4 million subscribers. If he wanted to be a complete dick about it, he could have said, nah, that's mine. You clearly did this, that, and the other. And I would have been fucked over. So I'm really lucky that this was like a good Samaritan that was like, nope, that's not what happened. Blah, blah, blah. Oof. Big oof, man. Big oof. Also have my hot dogs and mac and cheese now. Very nice. There's no regulations in the AS. There needs to be better laws in place for it because, like, it's stupid. I also am a firm believer that AI has no business in doing any form of imagery. It shouldn't be doing any form of art because it's not art. It's art theft. Let's be fair. Any storyline-driven game has so much near-identical footage. Exactly. And on that same note, this was years ago. There is like a copyright system within YouTube that it will occasionally go, hey, these videos look kind of similar to yours. Are these people stealing your content? It did it with like loads of people playing Final Fantasy X. And I went, no, that's their face. That's just the gameplay. That's a trailer for it. No, I don't own any of that. There needs to be a better way for them to do this. It's insane. I just got a copyright claim for stitching 3 videos that I made over the last 5 years, but the footage I used, that was okay 5 years ago, is now under visual copyright claims. Oh, see, that's what I mean. It makes no sense. What do you mean it was okay X amount of years ago and now it's no longer okay? And then now it needs like a manual review, but you'll be lucky if you get a person. Because it's just going to be an AI going, well, that's not the case. Actually, one of the most recent ones I had seen was there is a, I forget the exact terminology, but there is a rules and regulations things on YouTube, part of the policy that we all sign when we create our accounts, that you cannot be showing firearms unless it's for educational purposes or whatever. So this person got nailed for that on their channel. It was a microphone. It's a microphone. It's not a gun of any kind. It's not even a knife. It's a microphone. And they got nailed for that. Good Lord. Good Lord. And this is from AI. This isn't a human, because clearly a human would go, oh, that's the microphone, duh. It's so dumb. Working IT is scary how few companies understand AI, and yet everyone's using it for everything. Exactly my point. You know what it comes across as? It comes across as a level of laziness and incompetence that is such a dangerous combo that it almost comes across as boomer coded. Sorry, I heard a noise out there. I just needed to make sure it wasn't Callie trying to get in. And what I mean by that is where they're like, if it does it for me, and it just needs to do the thing that I tell it to do. That's all it's got to do. I was like, sure, to a point, but there is some accountability that you have to have there as the human that's in charge of the program. And if you don't know how to actually use the program, dumb shit's going to happen. Dangerous dumb shit is going to happen, which is why I'm not a huge fan of AI. I like it if it's for an algorithm. That's fine. That's okay, because that can be managed. Because you can go, all right, we need the algorithm to move more towards like, I don't know, trendy topic. Oh, you know what? We need to move it more towards wholesome stuff. That's fine. You're still in control of it, but to just let it go and then just see what happens. I don't think that's smart. I think that's perhaps the dumbest, most unsafe thing in the world, because the AI, if you know, you know. There are some nasty people out there using AI for some nasty, nefarious stuff. That should never have been a thing. And the fact that there's no regulations or laws on it now, that is so insane. I understand it's relatively newer. It's a relatively newer thing, but oof. Biggest of oof. No. Let's see. AI is my biggest app, especially since most of what I do, people want to replace with AI, which is so stupid. It's hard out there in these YouTube streets. Callie, stop being a terror. You're influencing your cousin Buddy to be a terror. Actually, right now, she's just chilling on the bed. I went looking for her because I thought I heard her scratching at the door, but I think it was Tony moving around. He's making ribs tonight. He was brining them in our big-ass cooking pot. Let's see. AI isn't even a thing. You gave various models, LLM, IDM, IRM, ISO models, etc. None of IG has any intelligence. Really? And I know a lot of people working in IT using LLM systems for calculations instead of AFMs. Oh, we learn new stuff every day. Deep fakes are just, oh my God, yeah, the deep fakes are scary. Or just downright disrespectful. One of the more recent-ish ones that I had seen that I wanted to vomit when I had seen it was they did one of Robin Williams. And in this AI imagery thing or whatever, they had him dressed in like this tutu thing or whatever, and I don't even remember what he said. And then they sent it to his daughter, Zelda, and she had to make a public thing about this, going, don't do this. It's disrespectful. No, it's not what he wanted, because that was like the first 100 comments was people saying, oh, he would have loved this. This is what he would have wanted. No, he wouldn't. And just, man, I really think that needs to not be a thing anymore. Let's see. LLM models, large language models, have all the calculation skills of a brick. What an apt way of saying that. Let's see. I watched a video of a guy getting arrested because the security cameras AI clocked him as a person who stole something and it wasn't him. See, that's the other kind of crap I'm talking about. And here's the thing, even this is kind of where it kind of floors me a bit, because before the whole AI imagery or whatever you want to call it, video making stuff, people would use Photoshop or things of that category, right? And it's okay, that was people manually doing it. Sure, let's make a program where it can kind of automatically do that. And admittedly, when you first saw this, not even 5 years ago, 6 years ago, right around there, it was terrifying, because I actually remember watching it was Pewds, Mark, and I think also Ethan looked at this as well, where they were showing off, what was it called? Photo King or something? I don't remember. Basically, they told AI, hey, make a person. And so it would randomly generate people by using photos on the internet, right? And most of them, they were close, but not close enough. Like some of the hair would get messed up and it looked like fingers, or like there's weird bits of skin in some random places. And then now it's so good that they're making videos, and even with the audio is getting better. Nobody thought to question, is this something that should be allowed? Is this something that we should do? Like, who was it? I think it's Coke or Pepsi, one of the two. One of them has made an entirely AI-based ad with 0 people, and it's just like, I wouldn't buy your product if that's the case. Let's see. Copying a celebrity is the tip of the iceberg. Hack a phone, call the teenage owner, record their voice, use their photos with a video interpolation model, and phone recording with an audio language model. Suddenly you perfectly mimic that teenager in a video call to their friends asking them. Exactly! Oh my God! See, I don't think like that because I'm not a psychopath, but there's people out there like that are nefarious and just evil-minded, and it's like, oh my God. This is a riveting topic. I'm so happy y'all brought this up. Even though I'm probably the one that brought it up because I'm me. I talk about random stuff because that's what I do. What was the other thing I want to talk about? Oh. Okay, I remember. ID security, it's been done. Oh my gosh. So one of the other games. So for those of you that were here for it, I did Cult of the Lamb, I think 4 years ago. Great game, by the way. Rocco and I attempted to play the newest DLC at the time called Sins of the Flesh. She and I never quite got around to doing it, or finishing it rather, because again, life. But how many of y'all have seen that there's going to be a Woolhaven DLC that's going to be dropped come January 22nd? That one looks fun. I don't know like when in the game that DLC would like be available, but I'm debating on maybe just like doing a whole brand new playthrough around then, because it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. But stuff, it looks really cool. And it's one of those indie game developers out there that just continues to make really good content. You know what I mean? It looks awesome. And they really pay attention to what the community wants. We need more of this and less of what like the bullcrap, the passionate, creative, gaming forces out there, and do good by your communities. And for those of you that are now, oh, I like that idea. Same. Company I work for had a senior member of the company had his face spoofed in a video advertising stuff. Company got hundreds. Oh no. I really hope he got like, I hope he got a good lawyer. Hell no. Oh, it's, it ties back to this. It's, New Zealand? Is it New Zealand? It could be New Zealand. I'm going to double check before I say that, because I don't want to sound like a freaking moron. New Zealand. Is this it? Is it photos? Is it New Zealand? Ow, excuse me. I have the hiccups. It is New Zealand. Okay, hang on. You're not even giving me the full... Okay, well, you're not helping. Okay, so New Zealand is actually one of the first countries out there to actually put some form of regulation around AI itself, to where, like, deep fakes are highly illegal. There's... whatever the punishment is like, it's crazy insane, as it should be, because making deep fakes about anybody, living or dead, should not be a thing at all, period. I do have to skedaddle, but it was great seeing y'all. All right, Sarah, thanks so much for hanging out. It was great chatting with you. Hope you have a good rest of your, Monday. Have a good rest of your Monday. Rights to facial ownership. Yes. Galactica knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, it was a right to your own voice, your own body, and everything about you. Which, maybe this is just me. Shouldn't that be a thing anyways? That's kind of like a no-brainer. The fact that they have to put this in writing is weird behavior. That's very strange behavior. Because I shouldn't have to have some law saying Yeah, that's yours. You are yourself. What? I couldn't even word that to save my life. Whatever. Let's see. I do actually have to wrap this up here in like, what time is it? Like 5 minutes? But there was something else I wanted to. Hang on. I'm clicking as fast as I could click. I swear. Just click faster. Jesus. What was the thing I wanted to. No. Go back. Because I wanted to go on another random rant or. Oh, okay. I remembered. So, Vivian, hello, welcome to stream. How are you? The pointing of putting it in writing is to define punishments. Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right, fair. That makes a lot more sense. That way, if someone does it, they can go, well, because you did this thing that, goes against someone's, personal rights and property of themselves. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense. Anyways, so I, for the first time ever, started watching Smosh. I did not know exactly what Smosh was until I think a year ago. It is because I found out who they were through Game Grumps, even though they've existed as like a channel, I think, for like 20 years now. Like they've literally been around since like YouTube like first became a thing. So like 2006-ish, right around there, 2008. And it literally started off with these two guys just making random funny videos and whatever, very like bits and skits wise, right? But I only just started watching them because of Game Grumps, and then I'd seen some of their TikToks, and Angela and Chance are my spirit animals. Not that I don't love the rest of the cast, but like I love these two so much. And then just the crap that Damien pulls. Each of them are just so, oh my God, they're so hilarious. And then Shane's like very iconic laugh. And then on those rare episodes where like Courtney and Amanda just like get just enraged over something. I love it so much. I've been kind of binge watching their Try Not to Laugh stuff. I have listened to a few of their podcasts over the Am I the asshole for this, that, and the other thing? It was just kind of cool to just like finally get into the mix of something that's been around for so long and just fall in love with the characters. And then also to find out that there's a lot of lore there that obviously I missed because I only just got into the channel. But yeah, like if you're looking for like some good yucks and it's based like on skits, bits, funny clips, very like whose line is it anyways, or very SNL coded, I say go watch Smosh. I specifically watch their channel Smosh Pit. They have like 3 different channels they do, but their Try Not to Laugh is very reminiscent of Whose Line Is It Anyways, or like Hats, which I really enjoy. But yeah. Let's see. Same as how in UK phones and cars always broke distracted driving law, but they put in a specific law to define a specific warrant punishment without having to try every case. Oh, okay. So it's just like a blanket, don't do this, otherwise XYZ. Makes perfect sense. All right. So, I think that's going to cover it for now. I'm really sorry I wasn't able to do any kind of like gaming stream this weekend. Like I've said prior, I'm just absolutely exhausted from the 10-hour days for these last couple of weeks. I still have at least 2, if not 3 more weeks to go, and then I'll get back to regular hours. As far as videos or shorts, it will be if I have time, which unfortunately is even less than I thought. So it might just be a late night thing that I throw together, but it will be with the best of intentions and love, I promise. Anywho, thank you all so much for stopping by. And if you're watching this afterwards, you're a champ. I greatly appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like button, comment your thoughts on everything we talked about today. What are your exact thoughts? Tell me. I'm nosy like that. I hope you have a good Christmas and happy holidays to you. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications. I'll see you in the next one. Battle cries. Woo! Yeah. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. How do I end the stream? There's buttons here. I'm old. Leave me alone. I think I found it.